Hello everyone, it's Deb again. So I thought I would do a little update here. I'm out in the Suboverland and I'm working on this area here under my bed. I'm back here in my little tiny step down area. So I'm just kind of scrunched in here like a sardine. But if you'll remember, I was thinking about using this trim right here because that's what I originally planned on doing. It's like 1/2 inch by 3/4 of an inch, and I just didn't feel good about gluing and nailing it to my flooring here. I just didn't want to do that, and so I figured out a different way to hold everything in, and it's actually kind of a combination of things. And this is more of that shelf liner. It's the same color as the stuff that I'm using in the back in my kitchen, but the pattern is just slightly different, but that's okay. This is all they had, but it's all right. And all I needed was just this one roll. It's like 70 inches long, so that'll be able to stretch from here all the way to the front of the bed. And so this will be my first kind of anchor point, because once you get this laid out and you put stuff on it, especially heavy stuff, it really doesn't go anywhere. It stays in place pretty well. Once you get weight on top of it, it doesn't really move. So I think that'll be good, but that's not enough. That's not it might be enough, but it might not, and so I'm not gonna take my chances really. And so what I thought I'd do is use cargo nets to kind of corral everything in, so that it's just an extra thing so that nothing's sliding out. And so I've got to put one right over here, but because there's only this support here and then that support down at the end, that wasn't quite enough, because I knew I would not be able to find cargo nets that went from there all the way down here and that were only 15 inches, because I've only got 15 inches from the bottom of the bed to the floor, about 15 1/4 inches or something like that. And so what we did was, my ex he works somewhere where you usually have like extra wood scraps and stuff, so he had some extra 2x4s sitting around, and they were like 17 inches long. All he had to do was cut a couple inches off, so that was great. So he cut 2 of these, and then on the top, this is going to be the top of it, he had to use one of those special drills, and I don't know if you can tell or not, but he just had to go a little bit farther in. That's to accommodate the screws that are underneath here on my bed. See, what we're doing is tying in to one of the bed slats. These are the bed slats that I installed that run all the way down, and so we're just tying in to one of them, and this one will sit basically right there. It's gonna be straight across from that one. This is the only one we were able to get in today. We don't have a lot of time to work on this because he's so busy and everything, so we're just doing a little bit at a time. But we did get that one center in, and then tomorrow or the next day we'll get this one in, and it'll sit right here directly across from that one. It's going to kind of overlap over onto here. It'll probably come out to there, but that's okay. It's got to be that way. As long as the brackets still have wood to attach to, it should be okay. And so that's that one. And so these came with these mounting brackets, for lack of a better word, and he's got these screws, and so the screw just goes right down into that hole, and you can mount it right to the wood and everything. And then the little straps, these little things right here, that just goes on over that. Hopefully I don't lose my screws. So it's just like that. And there's 4 of them on one on each corner, just like that. So I think that in combination with this shelf liner, I think that's going to be enough to keep everything secure and moving around and everything. And so we'll put one from here to right there. And then because the console is right here, I don't really need another cargo net to go from this board all the way to the end, because this itself is going to keep the water jugs from moving around, because this is right up here is where my water is going to live, and so it's not going to go anywhere. But I did want to go ahead and also, you know, nothing's really going to go anywhere because the doors are over there on that side. But I've already experienced just right where I'm sitting in my step down area when I go grocery shopping and everything. I've set stuff down in here and it's moved around, and when I open the door, I've had stuff fall out already, and I did not want that to happen. So these came in 2 packs, so each size comes in 2 packs. I only need 3 of them, so I've got an extra cargo net, but I'll use this size right here and then over there, because they were the same length, but then the one up there needed to be shorter, so I got the one size shorter to do that one. And I will show you if I can get out of my little space here. Oh my god. I'll show you the other one, what it looks like. Oh boy. So here on this side, for this one, I'm pretty sure this is how we had to do it over here, was mount them on the side. But for that one, we were able to mount them on the face. So right here, behind this plastic pillar, we put them on the back side of it. So this is my little one, and that's as tight as it's gonna be, but again, the point is just so that when I open the door, nothing's gonna come flying out at me. You know, it's not, the door itself is gonna make sure that nothing is really moving, but when the door opens, that's when the problem might be. So we just mounted these 2 here, just like that. And they're pretty nice nets. You know, they're not bad. I probably maybe could have gotten even a smaller one for this one. I hope it'll be okay. It's a little bit looser than I thought it was gonna be, but still, you know. Again, I think most everything is gonna be held in place by the shelf liner, because once everything's sitting down on top of this, I don't think it's really gonna go anywhere. I think I'm gonna have to pick things up and move them out just to get things out. But this will just be extra security. And the problem is down here on this one, you can see that's a full 2x4. But down here, he had to do this weird kind of angle stuff to do the end of the bed. And now I only have one point where I can attach to. I have nothing down here. And so he's gonna have to take, this is 2x2, he's gonna have to cut 2x2s and cut them at angles and make basically an L going over here and then across. And it's not gonna be, you know, because this little anchor is basically down here, and I can't do that down here. So that's the only bad part. This side, you know, is gonna have, that little button is gonna be up here. So the net is gonna basically be crooked. You know, it won't go straight across on the floor unless I can figure out something else out. I don't know what I could do there. That's, you know, I don't think I could screw into that. That's metal back there, I think. So this one's gonna be a little bit wonky, but hopefully it'll work okay. So we've just gotta cut that wood and then put that one in, and then this will be done, and I'll lay out this when I'm done and get it cut to fit. And then back here, this was my other little project. Remember, I had screwed up this latch and it was opening just a tiny little bit. Every time I was stopping, it was able to open. So I had to take out that screw, which is right here. It's got that snap part on it, but it's a screw on the other side. And so I had to take that out, and it left a huge gaping hole. And so what I did was I brought my wood glue out here and with a toothpick, and I put glue on the end of the toothpick and I shoved it in there in that hole. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see any of this. My camera's not wanting to focus and the sun is very bright. But yeah, I put glue on the toothpick, I shoved it in there, I broke it off, put more glue on the rest of the toothpick and shoved it in there. That's how big that hole was. So it basically, there's 2 toothpicks in that hole with wood glue, and it's just been sitting there drying and everything. And I don't even really have to sand that down or anything, because once that's back up there, you won't even see it. And unfortunately, I literally just have to go like right next to it. And the sun is in my eyes, so I really can't even see what I'm pointing out there. But it's pretty much got to go right next to it. So I knew I had to fill that as much as I could. So I think this is going to work. Hopefully. Oh, let's see. If it doesn't, I'm in trouble. Alright, moment of truth. Let's see if it worked. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, sorry about the wind. That wind's picking up now. Let's see if it moves now. Nope. No movement. Oh yeah, that's perfect. And see, you can, if you look real close, you can see the mark that like when I have it unbuttoned, you'll definitely be able to see it where the screw was. It indented it itself, and then I marked up the wood there, but it's okay because once you snap it into place, you can't see that little mark and you can't see the thing. It's just when I unsnap it that you'll be able to see that. But that's okay. I'd rather have it nice and secure so that it's not bouncing around. So that's it. And I just got this foam stuck up here. I've still got all my stuff back here. I've got more things that I forgot about that do need to go back here. I hope I have enough room for everything, but nothing's moving. I have driven several times since that last video when I showed you all this stuff, and nothing has moved. So it's all just really secure, and I don't even have that bin up front right now, but it's just so packed in here right now. I mean, that can move, but that's not that big of a deal. It's not moving. When I drive, it's not moving because it's caught up right here. I've got it resting on this panel, so it just doesn't have anywhere to go. But yeah, I do have a lot more stuff that I can be putting in there to fill in the holes. And also down here, I still don't have my rugs. I tried to get some milk crates from the hardware store where my ex works, and they stopped selling milk crates. So I'm gonna have to go somewhere else for those. But yeah, I'm done back here. So I can close that hatch. Okay guys, So that was my update. It's not too hot out here today. It's really humid, but it's actually cooled off a little bit, so that's pretty good. Alrighty then. I will talk to you again some other time. Take care. Bye.